What is up, YouTube? 3rd Battalion here, the raggedy half of 8-bit co-op. For those of you that are getting tired of hearing my fantastically melodical voice, good news! Shaylin will be returning shortly, so we will continue to do some of the co-op gameplay. That is our namesake. So, good news for that. Speaking of news, as you can see, we are playing a new game, the Shroud of the Avatar. I'm not personally going to make too much more content for ArcheAge. Reason being, they have committed gaming suicide. They went full tilt, balls to the wall with this cash grab, and they have killed the economy. Okay, Aurora was a nightmare. The launch for that was just ridiculous. One of the problems was people just threw their land down willy-nilly, and they did not. There was no rhyme or reason, so a lot of people didn't get land because people, didn't have room. I don't care if they say, "Oh, there was no land hacking going on." I call BS, shenanigans. There was land hacking going on. It was happening. It was there and in force. Not only that, the lag was so terrible that when I threw my deck down, or I'm reading the game. Anyway, when I went to throw my house down, a couple of seconds had actually passed in game. I had lagged, and when I threw my large farm down, somebody had already threw a house down and had started building it right where I was standing. And when I say started building it, I don't know how the hell this person was there. It was just, his house was there, and then he was standing there, and there was a person behind him with wood, and he was hammering away, constructing the house. Just mere seconds after the zone flipped and you could take land. So I ended up getting some small farms down, but what killed it was the racing pack. They did this racing pack thing, and it was they had archeum trees, and they had a higher rate of dropping producing thunderstruck logs from these rambling archeum trees, and that just killed the economy. It was just bad. I think it was a very poor decision on their choice, and that ruined a lot of the game for a lot of people, me being one of them. So, it's time to move on. When something like that happens and I'm not enjoying it, it's time to move on. So that's what I did. I unsubbed. I will still be playing the free-to-play because my wife, she enjoys the game. She enjoys the crafting and everything, and she doesn't want to lose the farm. Understandable. So we are going to still play. I'm not sure if I'm going to make content for it, but that is still going on. Also, we have made a miraculous return to the World of Warcraft after a 4-year hiatus. So we will be producing more Warcraft stuff. We started over because so much stuff had changed. It would have been ridiculous and nonsensical to try to jump in that game and with our old characters after 4 years and try to play like we've been there the whole time. So there's that. On to this. Okay, we had been following this game for a while, and because we were playing ArcheAge and we had sunk so much money in it, we were really on the fence about, getting this game and, playing. We were like, do we want to? Blah, blah, blah. It's, one of the buy-in alphas. We've played a couple of buy-in alphas, and just got screwed. A lot of people know about what had happened with Steam and some of the pre-alpha games, where you buy in and then they get a bunch of money and they just stop working on the game. And so yeah, that's what was going on. So we were concerned about getting this game, and we really didn't want to, but it just looked, everything we were reading on it was so interesting and it looked so fun, and it reminded me a lot of the old games that I know and love. Dark Age of Camelot, Vanguard Saga Heroes. I like this deck system, how you could create the character you want to play. I love that. This is not like they did in the Secret World. That was another game where you could create the way create a character the way you want to play, but when you did, there were certain abilities that were just so awesome together and certain ones that just suck. And if you tried to run those in a group, people would be like, oh, your build sucks, we don't want you. If you're not running A, B, C, or D build, you're worthless because you're not doing the maximum potential. But this game here, this is a work in progress. This is still alpha, but as you can see, these are different skills. Like if I want to go blades, I have, these are all blade abilities that you can get, and you can get all these. And then I can get, I'm going bludgeon. I'm doing kind of like a warrior priest kind of build, but you have all these blade abilities. You have pole arms. I seen a dude running around. He said it was a pole arm build, and he looked like a Spartan. He had the shield and a spear, and it was bad. I saw that, and I was like, oh, I was really considering respecking my character and rolling like that. But you've got range, you got your bow, pole arms. I like pole arms. Blades. This is not just swords. You have swords, daggers, axes, scimitars, stuff like that. And this covers all two-handed versions of those as well. Bludgeoning is your maces, your hammers, your morning stars, and this covers two-handed versions of those as well. Also, you can do heavy armor, light armor, tactics. This is for like dual wielding. You have a lot of dual wielding abilities offhand and stuff like that. Increased strength training. They don't have pictures in for some of these skills. And then you have your magic, and I like this because look at this. There's not just earth, fire, water, and air. You have air, chaos, death, and this is weird because normally you don't, chaos and death. Normally when you play games, they're kind of the same thing, but here you have chaos has its own, its own tree, its own set of abilities. Death magic has its own tree with its own, different set of abilities. You have moon magic, which is new to me, but this kind of, I was looking at this, and this is kind of like druid rogue-esque type thing. Cause you can stealth, shadow form, some willow. These are the rogue type abilities, but you have things like moonlight trance, increases regeneration. You have health regeneration and moonlight, so that's all kind of druid-esque type stuff. And you have sun abilities, which they have the increased damage against undead. Typical things you would think that sun abilities would do, So, and this is another neat thing, the crafting system. I like this. I'm gonna do a crafting video because the crafting is pretty in depth. I don't know if many of you played Dark Age of Camelot or Vanguard Saga of Heroes. Remember the crafting system where you crafted, and what you did was, if you wanted to make a sword, you have to make the hilt, and then you make the blade. Well, the hilt wasn't, you just get a piece of iron and you bang on it for a second, and then voila, you have a hilt. No, you needed to get leather from a leather worker, and then you had to get wood from a carpenter, and then you had to combine that together to get the hilt. And I'm not sure how they're doing this one, but I know in like Vanguard Saga Heroes, the quality of items that you use to make the hilt increases the overall quality of the weapon you're making. So if you use like really high quality leather, really high quality wood, and then you got a blade, you use really high quality iron, you know, and you forged it, and you got really good quality on your forging. When you put the weapon together, you get a really good weapon. And it was like a mini game, but that mini game was really skill based, and I loved that. I loved how you had to manage your points, and it was like, okay, do I do this or do I do that? And if I do this, I get, you know, this benefit, but I'll lose this benefit. And I'm hoping they do that with this. But this game is the same way. If you want to make a weapon, you don't just hit one button and your weapon is made. If you look here, you know, here's a head for Iron Mace. You know, you got a hilt, dagger blade. You have to make the hilt, then you have to make the dagger blade, and then once you do that, you got to combine them. So crafting can be 3, 4, 5 stages, and it's not just this. It's with cooking and everything, and you discover recipes as you play. So say I'm cooking and I kill a sheep, and I go to a cooking station and I pull out, you know, sheep carcass, the skinning knife, and the cleaver, and you know the crafting thing will pop up, and if I click the button, voila, I just learned a new recipe. So there is that. I'm really enjoying that. Just a brief look at the map. This is what tripped me out. When I first saw this, I was like, oh my god, this looks so hokey. But after playing it, we've been playing this for about 3 days. After playing it, you know, we played it for, it's a work in progress. I'm going to say that again. There are a lot of things that are not working right. They will get flushed out. But graphically, it's pretty. It's a beautiful game. But as I was saying, we played it for about an hour and a half, and then we're like, okay, we like this. We're going to spend money. We're going to go to the item store and buy some stuff. And we went and we spent a couple $100 buying stuff for when the game launches, so we can get our house and everything. And yeah, so that's where we're at. We're gonna be doing a lot of videos on this and covering this. This is Shroud of the Avatar. It's a Kickstarter game made by Lord British. I have been an Avatar fan for many years. I used to play the old Gold Box games. On my desktop, I have Might and Magic, the Might and Magic games. You know, so I'm an old school RPG player. So you'll be seeing us both play this game and bringing you content on this, bringing you content on World of Warcraft. We're gonna be playing some more DayZ. That game is also looking pretty good. We have several other projects that are coming down the pipe as well. So look forward to that. And again, Shaylin will be coming back. We appreciate you subscribing. Like, click, subscribe, share videos, and I will see you in the next video.